Now that we are closing in on the end of the year, we did want to have a chance to say goodbye. I'll go first, and then you will hear from Ron. In particular, I would like to leave you with three thoughts. Number one, get your AIP work completed. I suspect that with the coronavirus requiring new and inventive kinds of responses at your school, in your district, in the county office, you may not have made the AIP tasks your priority. And you know what? That's fine. If you have needed to put the portfolio of tasks aside for now, it is totally understandable. Give yourself until the end of June. Work with your coach, get it done, submit online. You still have year 2 to complete going forward, and you know that getting a clear credential is important for you because it's a job requirement. Number 2, be kind to yourself. Your job description has likely changed as we have been confronted with a second round of fires in the fall, and then again this winter with the coronavirus. I have been supporting new administrators who are forging ahead, supporting local students, while they themselves are locked at home with many family responsibilities. And this might describe you as well. Social distancing is causing multiple challenges that make work complicated and problematic for all of us. At our last meeting, we touched on the concept of self-care. Likely, you need that more than ever. You have had more than your fair share of planning and implementing, as capsule number 3 describes, emergency and risk management procedures. But also remember to care for your own physical and emotional well-being. Number 3, pat yourself on the back for a job well done. You have made it through an amazingly challenging year. Never in my 30 years in public education have I experienced anything like this. And look at you. You're in your first year of administration, and here you are at the head of the parade. You are one of the people in charge doing the hard work, and you are in charge of others who are also doing the hard work. You have risen to the occasion. You have served your community and served it well. In closing, I want to read a few lines from a poem by Marge Piercy called To Be of Use. If we had been together, we would have read the poem in its entirety, but for now, let me focus on one stanza. It goes like this. I love people who harness themselves, an ox to a heavy cart, who pull like water buffalo with massive patience, who strain in the mud and the muck to move things forward, who do what has to be done again and again. I hope that as you heard the words from the poem, you could find yourself in some of that imagery. Think of how you have been of service to others over the course of this year, especially now in the midst of this crisis and the quarantine. Appreciate yourself for straining in the mud and the muck to move things forward, for doing what has to be done again and again. Congratulations on a job.
What a long, strange trip it's been.
Well, hello. Hope you're all doing well and staying safe. I thought opening with a sample from the Grateful Dead might be appropriate, as this certainly has been a long, strange trip for you this year. I'm sorry that we're unable to meet to celebrate the end of your first year. I always enjoy our time together. I do, though, have a few things I would like to share as we conclude the year. The month of May is a good time to look back and reflect on the year. And that's particularly true of your first year as an administrator. Think about the goals and the concerns that you had for your first job, or maybe you didn't have that job yet. Maybe you were still out searching for that appropriate job. Or maybe you had landed and you're anticipating the first few days, weeks, months. Can you remember what that felt like? Whatever those goals or concerns were, they certainly did not anticipate the reality. No one could have imagined the year you were facing. As you look back on that year, what initially felt like a huge obstacle, the school closures last fall, now seem like probably a minor inconvenience compared to what you're facing now. Your leadership is being challenged in new ways with school closures, trying to guide teachers and students with new distance learning models. After spending this past year with you, though, I believe that Sonoma County has the right people in place. You have shown through your engagement with the work and your collaboration with your colleagues, your support and celebration of those colleagues, that you will be able to embrace the challenge and help to find the solutions that will move teachers and students forward. Before I say goodbye, I just want to say again how much I appreciate the work that you do, and thank you for the work that you do with guiding teachers and students, supporting your community, and particularly in these last few weeks when all of you are facing major challenges. Finally, it wouldn't be a normal seminar without sharing one last video about leadership that I hope inspires you and leaves you smiling. Also, after the challenges of this year, I hope that you are able to get some rest and relaxation, either safely at home or even better, at some location that you've been dreaming about during your isolation. And now I give you Drew Deadly. Goodbye, thank you, and good luck.